Hello, hello, hi, welcome to What in the Raid, where we discuss all things Raid Shadow Legends. Feel free to call me C. We are back on track discussing all of these various stats and what they mean to your heroes, and today's stat is accuracy. Now, accuracy is probably one of the single most important stats in the game, especially if you've got a support champ or a utility debuffer. Now, I've chosen Geomancer for a specific reason because he's an attack champ, but he's built like a support hero simply because he is so debuffy. He's got such good abilities to really hurt the enemy, specifically Quicksand Grasp with HP burn and weaken. Back on the stat over here, let's have a quick look at the abbreviations. Debuff accuracy. This influences the chance of successfully applying debuffs on enemy targets. Make sure that your accuracy is much higher than your enemy's resistance to give yourself the best chance of landing debuffs. Now, there's no clear way of knowing what your enemy's resistance is going to be. The best thing that you can do if you've got a champ with serious debuff utility is just to stack as much accuracy as possible, ideally between 280 to 350, depending on where you are in the game and what kind of gear you've got available. Because this stat right here is effectively competing against this one, resistance. They're technically two sides of the same coin. Just know that most players who build their heroes will treat accuracy as an absolute necessity and resistance as a luxury. To be clear, not every hero needs accuracy. You have got champions that are that pure attack, like Elhain over here. If you look at her abilities, she's not debuffing anyone at any given point. In fact, she just buffs herself at one point. She's not going to sit and resist that. And Elva Autumnborn, a champion that I previously built with a boatload of accuracy because I thought she needed, turns out all she does is revive and buff and maybe a little bit of attack. She does not need accuracy. So if you've got her and you've pumped her full of it, you can start removing it. So when you start building a hero, make sure to have a look at their skills tab, check if they lay debuffs, because if they have good utility, like Geomancer over here, two things will happen when they apply that ability. First of all, have a look at the writing here. It has a 75% chance of placing a HP burn and 25% chance of placing a weaken. Now, I have thrown books at him, so obviously I've increased my chances, but just as a pure raw hero, he has got a 3 in 4 chance of actually placing that HP burn and a 1 in 4 or a quarter of a chance of placing the weaken debuff. The second thing that happens is that his accuracy goes up against the enemy's resistance. If their resistance is higher than your player's accuracy, then that skill won't land, and then you have to wait for the cooldown to reset before you can try again. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about debuffs, you can have a look. You can click the more info here. That breaks it all down quite nicely in full detail. You can also have a look at this champion filter over here. You've got your debuffs down here, and you've got other effects, including negative effects, which also need accuracy in order to apply effectively. Not all of them, but quite a lot of them. It all depends on the hero and how they're built. Accuracy is not needed for buffs. I can't stress this enough. Your teammates are not going to resist a positive effect being applied to them. So if your hero is all about that buffing thing, then don't worry about accuracy. It's not going to matter. When the time comes to start stacking accuracy on your hero, you are going to, as with all things, start with your gear. Sometimes a chest plate will even have accuracy as the base stat. Quite a few sets focus on accuracy. I mean, you can't get clearer than what is on the tin. You've got the accuracy set right there. Another very good set is your perception set, for which you'll get plenty of materials and you can craft this in the forge. And quite a handful of these like 9-point sets, specifically pinpoint, seeing as we are here. that will also have quite a bit of accuracy for you. You can also have a look at your Great Hall over here on the right hand side for the affinity bonuses. You can stack accuracy there. Area bonuses also on the right hand side. Accuracy is stackable right there. You can also get it in your Guardian ring under faction Guardians. Again, that would apply to the rarity, so that is a separate case. We can go into that at a later date. And that is accuracy in a nutshell. If your hero has the ability to place a debuff, that will help it land. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy raiding out there. Let us know if you've got any questions, and bye, 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 bye.